Bartenders, this is for you. Today we're gonna talk about some proactive movements with my man Nathan here on how we can alleviate that stress and pain you get from standing behind the bar all day, 10 to 12 hour shift, lifting kegs, shaking up drinks, whatever it may be that's bringing you some aches and pains. Nathan here is gonna help us fix it. So Nate, where are we gonna start today? We got some pre-shift stretches that we're gonna go with?
Yes, sir. We're gonna start with some pre-shift mobility, some pre-shift movements,
Excellent.
and we're gonna start here with the wrist. We're gonna get the fluid moving around because you guys are pouring bottles all night long, right?
Let's
go.
go.
Let's start. Let's go and interlock your fingers just like so.
Just like this.
Beautiful. So now that you're in that position, real quick,
Yep.
right before you start, I'm gonna show you exactly what you're doing.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna be moving your thumbs in a figure eight pattern about 10 times, and then you're gonna reverse that into a pinky pattern about 10 times, and then from there, we're gonna move into waves.
Love it. So let's get it. First one's here.
Beautiful.
And
Yes.
you said lead with the thumbs.
Yep, so you're gonna be drawing almost like an infinity symbol with your thumbs, an invisible infinity symbol. Now, look at how his elbows are moving. We don't want that, right? You wanna make sure that you're isolating the wrist, which means your shoulders and elbows shouldn't move at all. And now that you've done about 10,
Yep.
right, lead with the pinkies.
Woo!
Beautiful. So now
great.
we're moving the fluid around, we're getting these loosened up. That way you guys don't have any pinching, aching, or pain in the wrist all night long. So now let's move into our waves.
Yeah, let's do it.
So now it's coming to here.
Okay.
What I want you to do is I want you to create tension, pushing and pulling in opposite directions. Now we're gonna be drawing
turn
down the
this way.
sternum.
Yep.
Let's go all the way down. So we're gonna
Like
get
this.
that belt buckle right there, all the way down, holding that tension in the wrist.
Yep.
And then we're gonna reverse that pattern all the way back up.
So coming all the way up.
Yep. So we're gonna come all the way down.
Okay. All the way
And then we're
down.
gonna flip it and bring it all the way up.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Flip it.
Come all the way up and then all the way down to the belt buckle. All the way down to the belt buckle. You guys want to
Yeah,
ensure
that
that you
feels
guys are
good.
getting as much range as possible. So now come back up, and there it is.
Right back down, flow, and right
Beautiful.
back to the top.
Just like this.
Money. All right, so we nailed the wrist. We got the wrist all taken care of. Their bar ready. Next up, let's talk about some shoulders. What do
Yes,
we
sir.
got?
So for the shoulders, what I have for you is the Egyptian. So the Egyptian
like
is a
that.
fantastic movement because you guys are constantly reaching over, pouring over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up for you.
Yeah, this sounds good. Let me
So I'm
see
gonna
what
show
you're
you
talking about.
exactly what this is. I'm gonna make sure I have enough room.
Yeah, take it off.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your arms out wide. Imagine yourself like a bald eagle, real wide, real open, right? So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn one palm up and you're gonna roll the other shoulder forward to where you still have a palm up.
Oh, yeah, I
But
see
now
that.
your
Look at
shoulder's
that.
forward. Exactly.
Okay.
So you'll know you're doing this right if your shoulder comes up and forward. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna look towards the open side. We're gonna roll back and we're gonna switch our shoulder position and stretch away from your sternum. So you're gonna act like you're splitting your sternum in half. So that way you can open.
Wow.
And then you'll just transition and stretch again. All right?
This
So
looks
let's
great. Yeah, show me what you're talking about, man. I gotta feel this for myself.
Yes, sir. So let's go and stand out. Arms out wide.
Bald eagle, you said?
Bald eagle.
I like it.
Get nice and wide.
Okay,
So now make sure the palms are all the way up here.
Yep.
All the way up.
Okay.
Right. So now what I want you to do is take this shoulder right here.
Yep.
Roll it forward and flip the hand all the way around.
There we
Beautiful.
go.
So now take your head, look over that way, and now stretch your arms to opposite directions and split your sternum in half. Make sure that you guys don't do what he just did and come up with the ribs. You want to keep the ribs down. We're focusing on the shoulders here. We don't want to use our lower back to compensate and cause more issues. So now what I'm gonna have you do, let's go and flip the script now. Let's roll the other one, roll this one back, look the other way, split the sternum in half. You guys are gonna know if you guys are doing this correctly, if you feel this burning, stinging sensation. What that is, that's a fascial stretch. That's gonna ensure that your connective tissue and your tension system is healthy.
This feels great.
Yes, so you're gonna do about 5 in each direction just to start, but if you need a little bit more, don't hesitate. Do this as many times as you need before your shift and even during. This is a great tool to prevent any type of shoulder discomfort before and after your shift.
Awesome. All right, so we rocked out the wrists.
The wrists,
We've hit the shoulders.
the Egyptian.
And we are now moving into some lower back.
Yes,
I'd like
sir.
to work on that, a little bit of my hips. And I know you've got some movements planned for us. What's next?
Perfect. So what I have next for you is going to be a single leg cannonball hold. And this is for your tight hips. And by tight hips, I mean weak hips.
Perfect.
And when you compensate in the hips,
Yep.
your back's gonna take over. So this is how it looks. You're gonna take one knee, hug it as high as you can to your chest, making sure that your toes are flexed up. And then you're just gonna release and you're gonna hold and you're not gonna let it drop.
Gotcha.
We're strengthening the hip flexors and we're making sure that your back is now healthy.
Love
so
it.
let's go and post up. You can use the bar for support if you need balance.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. And
Yep.
I'm just gonna bring
So now
this
you're gonna
right
pull as
leg
high
in.
as you can, pull the toes up as high as you can.
Okay.
And now on the count of 3, I want you to release.
Okay.
And let it go. Don't let it come off my hand.
Ooh.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Keep
5,
pointing that toe.
4. Yep, that's shaking. That's a good sign. If you're shaking, that's good. If you're
Good.
cramping, fight through it. 3, 2, 1. Now let it fail. And you're gonna do this about 3 times or until you start feeling that extra burst of energy and that extra activation in that hip.
You know, as far as that lower back and the hips, this is good. If I'm standing on my feet all day, I can do this pre-shift just to kind of help get ready for those longer hours, those double shifts for the most part.
100%, because you guys are standing flat all day and you guys are never here. So instead of going with gravity, resist it.
Love it. Perfect. That's what I need. We've hit 3 movements so far. We have the wrists, we hit a little bit of the hips, lower back, and let's take it up above the shoulders now. You got something for the neck.
Exactly. So the next one's called the bottle opener. So you guys are pushing your neck over the counter, getting drink orders all the time. So you guys might feel some tightness in here. So I'm gonna give you guys an exercise that's going to alleviate that pain and discomfort you may be feeling.
It's called a bottle opener?
Yeah, bottle opener.
I feel like I'm gonna
So this is the neck of the bottle, bottle opener, right? Get it? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the left hand, grab over the head to the right ear.
Okay.
Beautiful. So now before you start pulling and yanking on your neck, we need to approach this with intention. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this elbow over here and we're going to anchor it to the floor as we twist the opposite side arm and stretch the fingers to the ground, which is going to amplify the stretch and the movement itself.
Yeah, that feels good.
After about 5 to 10 seconds, you'll then return back to the starting position, hold right there, and then you'll do another. And you're stretching away from your body towards the floor, and then come back. Beautiful, good job.
Thanks, feels good. All right, so we've actually done a few movements now. I'm feeling great. I'm excited for this final move you got coming your way. But before we do it, I feel like I've earned my booze. So
you definitely have, my friend.
How about a little shot here?
Definitely
Thank
have.
you, everything, Nathan. Delicious.
That's really good.
Yeah, let's do one more though.
Yes, sir.
Woo-hoo-hoo, I feel good. I'm limber. I'm limber. All right, so what are we up to for this last move?
All right, so we pretty much covered everything, but now we're gonna get you from the ground up.
Okay.
So I call this drop it like a hot with a twist.
Drop it like it's hot.
Beautiful.
All right.
Just like that. No, just kidding. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that your leg nearest the bar is in front.
Okay.
Good. So now we're gonna get into a split stance. So make sure you have enough room here in between the feet.
Okay.
Beautiful. So you wanna be just far enough to where your arm is touching the bar. And now what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you keep both legs straight, but have your center of gravity in the middle, meaning that your weight's not forward nor backwards. Makes sense. So now what I'm gonna have you do, just with straight legs, make stiff wrists, and now reach for your back toes. So when you reach is like this, you wanna get about mid-shin, right there. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna push through the ground with your feet as you sweep your arms up to the sky. Good, so that's gonna open you up from the ground up. And now we're gonna bring the arms down. We're gonna twist into the bar. And now your hands are gonna be placed right on the bar top. So here you're gonna notice his hip is starting to do this. You wanna make sure that your hips are facing the front still. And now pull this back heel up. And now drop into a half lunge. And hold. And now come back up. Turn to the front. And there it is. You just dropped it like it's hot, my man.
With a twist.
With a twist.
Got it. Bartenders, that is a wrap after all those great movements with my man Nathan. We are bar fit. We are bar ready. Thank you, Nathan, so much, brother.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. So now go to earnyourbooze.com, download your free PDF, and take this before your shift. We are Earn Your Booze, and we are here for you. So that way you can move, feel, and perform better behind the bar. Thank you so much for watching.